Welcome to AnyN'All Retailers. I'm going to be your sales associate today, Rich. And here's my supervisor, Chris.
Get back to work.
Yes, sir. So, remember the other day when we had those two ladies who came in?
Yeah, the ones that were kind of messed up.
Yeah. Well, let me explain to you what happened. We had two ladies come into AnyN'All Retailers the other day, and pretty much they walked, like, one of the ladies walked in, looked like she was just swaying drunk. I don't understand how people can just go shopping drunk or whatever. I really hope she didn't drive in. But she's wandering around the store, and she grabs a cart, and she starts shoving random shit in there. Like, she went over to the game section, started throwing games in there. She went over to, retail supplies, started throwing that in there. She went over to, the pen aisle, and just random shit. Nothing super expensive. Except for, she went to some of the tech sections and started grabbing some of the tech over there.
Yeah, because I was on a conference call during all this, because I remember hearing something over the radio, and I think the only input I had, because I couldn't leave, was, just kind of keep an eye on them. Like, I think I told you specifically to keep an eye on them, but yeah, I didn't see the first part of this at all.
Oh, yeah. But, I just fucking... So, we're following her as much as we possibly can. And every once in a while we ask her, if you're good or whatnot. One of the other associates walks up and actually is curious and just kind of goes oh, it's a lot of stuff you're getting there. And she just turns to him, flourishes towards him and goes, hands full of random stuff that she's pulling off the shelves. And in this drunken voice just goes, "I'm rich, bitch." And then dumps it all in the cart. And of course he comes and tells me about it, and that was fantastic. And that's when I called you, and I was like, ooh, this is gonna be a bad one.
Yeah.
So she eventually needs to get a second cart to fill more stuff.
Oh god.
And brings it up to the front, in which case we let one of the other associates start checking her out, because I just don't want to deal with that kind of shit that day. But it doesn't matter, because of course she comes up and she just kind of looks at everything and just pushing it through, and then she goes to me and says, "I want to get this doorbell ringer." And I went, okay. And I grabbed the empty box, because we have to get the real one from the back. And she goes, "Also this doorbell ringer. And this one too. Which one's the better one?" And I'm just like... I'm gonna be honest, lady, I don't really know the difference. I don't use them. And she goes, "Oh, I'll just get all three anyway." And I'm just, okay. So I go to get all three, and of course, low on supply, I only have one of them in stock. And then the other one is a different version. So I come out with those, and I explain to her, "Ma'am, we only have this one, and the other two. I do have this other version of this door ringer." And she goes, "Well, will the camera work?" I'm like, "That's what they do." And she goes, "Alright, I guess. Just put it in the cart." So we scan it and put it in the cart. Doesn't get any of the plans, because, well, of course not. So she rings up for almost $3,000 worth of material. So, as supervisor, you tell me, what happens if we do $300 worth of material and they don't have the money?
Yeah, they ain't getting it.
But she fills out a check. Old school, takes the pen and fills out a check. And I'm sitting there that's a fake check, that's a fake check, that's fake, it can't be real, it's gotta be fake, it's gotta be fake. So she fills it out, and we put it through the machine, and it checks out okay. It is a real check. I am floored by this. And then she does another check, because she forgot about the second card. And gets that. I think that's where it goes to $300,000. Now that I think about it, both of those checks go to $3,000. It's like $2,900 something, but it's $3,000.
Close
It's $3K.
enough, yeah.
Yeah. So she just wipes out random parts of the store and takes them. And now she starts perusing by the computers.
This is where I started to get involved, yeah.
Yeah. This is where she was looking at the computers, and we were like, no, please don't.
Yeah.
But that's because she was only looking because she was waiting on her friend, who was equally as drunk. Now it's time for me to let you know that their faces were completely busted. It looked like someone beat them. But they said when approaching, like, oh, are you alright? They were in a car accident. Why are you here if you had a car accident? But, whatever, it's fine. So, they go do their thing, and they're looking, and they keep missing each other as she drives up to the front, and they keep passing each other, looking for each other, bothering us at every possible inconvenient moment. And of course, the cherry on top of the cake, she decides she's gonna buy the computer.
Well,
Attempt. She tries to buy the computer with the plan, gets a printer, gets the ink, gets paper for it, goes the full distance on this computer, and we get to the register. And she pulls out another check, and we're like, here we go again. This is another over $2,000 thing that we're gonna have to pay for out of pocket because there's no way this check's going through. And if it does, it's probably fake and it's gonna bounce.
Yeah.
So they go through the machine, and the machine says, I'm sorry, this can't go through. Sigh of relief. I'm sorry, ma'am, this doesn't work. Nah, it just worked before. Can't we just do it again? So we do it like 3 times.
Which, by the way, after it fails out the first time, it ain't working again.
Oh, it ain't working.
It's already flagged that check number. It's done. It's dead in the water.
Mm-hmm.
We can run it again to make people feel better, but it's dead in the water. If it failed the first time, it's failing every time after that.
Yeah, and it just, and then they're like, oh, let's go over to the other desk and see if it works there.
No.
And we did, and it didn't work. But we did it because we need to make them feel like we're doing the best we can, even though we all know that the best we can happened 7 attempts ago, and this is just to please your ego.
Can we talk about what they drove?
Oh, yeah, please.
They drove, this thing looked like it came out of a straight demolition derby. Like, I don't think there was a single body panel on the car that didn't have dents in it.
Which is the only reason why I thought that, yes, maybe the car accident is a valid story. If it was, in fact, I've seen people beaten.
Yeah.
And that looks more like they got beaten.
Yeah. And on top of that, there were people complaining because they had a rug sticking out of the sides of the windows, like 3 to 4 feet on each side, touching other people's cars.
Yeah, and they kept maneuvering like all this material in and out as much as they possibly could. And just the constant of people coming in, and then they're like, you should probably call the police. And I'm like, I don't want to call the police. By the way, found out from manager the day after, good thing we didn't. We're not supposed to.
No.
We're not allowed. And if we do, we have to call bigger manager first.
Yes. Super manager.
Super manager gets called first.
Because remember, it's manager, super manager, and then mega manager.
And then CEO?
I think it's ultra manager.
And then CEO.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Ultra manager is kind of CEO.
I try to avoid going past super manager, so anything up there is just the mystical beyond.
Fair enough.
But
yeah, we really can't. Like, if we did, it'd be one of those, like, I'd have to clock out and call on my own behalf, and that's a lot of energy.
So
I know that sounds bad, but...
No, absolutely. But, like, they finally convince them that they can't do it. They have to call their bank. So they leave. But they don't leave. They're in the parking lot. As I said, people coming in, complaining about them. But what makes this worse, like, so much worse, is the fact that in the middle of all this, one of the ladies runs back in to inform us that she had nothing to do with these transactions, and that she just wants to know that if the account is closed, it's not her fault. And they had to both be drunk. I wanted to call the police just so they wouldn't drive out of there. But at the same time, like, I guess it's the bystander effect. I really didn't want to get that involved and find out that I shouldn't have. I mean, I would prefer the safety of them and others, but I couldn't bring myself to it. But yeah, that's,
Yeah.
Oh, and to finish that story, found out from manager that, guess what? The checks went through. They're legitimate. They even did a quick search on their name because we had one of the checks, which they refused to get rid of. When we tried to offer it back to them, they just left it in our hands. I avoided it out, of course, because I don't want... I'm not going to let that check fly. But we looked up their name. They are apparently big realtors in the area. And they might actually have that money, and it's around tax season. They're tax dodging.
I still don't think it was that company, honestly.
No, probably not.
I still think that might have been a stolen check.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can't believe they came into the store in the condition they were in. Like, I can't believe that at all.
Yeah, that's definitely a little crazy. Hey, did you get that new shipment of product stocked?
Oh, no. If you give me just a moment, then...
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am?
Do you work here?
Yes, ma'am.
I have an issue.
Okay. What can I do for you?
I need to make a return.
Okay. That shouldn't be any problem. Do you have a receipt, or what's the item we're returning? Or...
I don't keep receipts, okay? I just need to bring back this iPad.
Okay. Okay. What's going on with it?
It just stopped working.
Okay. Just like won't charge, won't turn on. What do we got?
The screen's black.
Okay. Okay. Do you know how long ago you purchased it?
I mean, I think it was like in October.
Okay. Okay. I can go check for a receipt for you real quick.
I mean, sure.
Okay. So it looks like here you purchased the tablet, but it doesn't look like we have any kind of protection on there. Do you know if you purchased the protection maybe separately, or...
What kind of protection?
Well, like, it covers you so that if it breaks or anything like that, then we'll just help you out.
No, I didn't need that.
Well, I mean, the tablet's broke.
Well, I mean, then you just give me my money back. Or you fix it.
Well, unfortunately, we only have like a 14-day return policy, and it's stated very clearly on this sign right behind me that electronic returns are only 14 days.
Okay, do I need to talk to your manager? Because I bought this from here, and it no longer works, and I need my money back.
I mean, sure, I can go get you the super manager.
Whatever I need to do to get my money back, because I need that cash.
Let's just stop it right here, and let's just see what he wanted to say.
Excuse me,
Yeah?
do you work here?
No, I just decided to knock some random bastard out in the back and take his shirt and his freaking headset.
Okay, I need to return this tablet.
Why?
It quit working.
And that's my problem?
The screen just doesn't turn on anymore. I want my money back, or you can fix it.
Did you get a protection plan with it?
What protection plan?
That's a no then. Listen, it sucks to be you. I'm terribly sorry. I really am, but you're just gonna have to buy another one.
I didn't need the protection plan.
Well, obviously you fucking did.
Look, I bought it from here, and it quit working, so who do I need to talk to get my money back? I need my cash.
You're gonna have to talk to like Jesus or something, because I don't know what to tell you. You done fucked up.
Excuse me, what did you just say to me?
I said you're gonna have to talk to Jesus. He's probably the only one that can bring that tablet back to life.
I am calling corporate right now. What is your name?
I will give you the fucking phone number. Go right ahead. Matter of fact, better yet. Here, call the bitches. I get paid minimum wage to stand here and deal with your ass.
to call the law on you.
Go ahead.
It is illegal for you to talk to me like this?
Show me the law.
I'll be back with my lawyer.
Good.
So what was that all about?
Karens. Yeah, velociraptor attacks.
They happen.
Yeah.
I should probably, take that number down off.
So yeah, it was, just another, Karen customer. Which reminds me, were you here for that customer that brought in the Chromebook?
Oh man, I was only in there for the tail end of that.
It was beautiful. I got called in like halfway through because I was on a conference call, but luckily it was one of them that I could actually break away from because I had somebody else in there with me. Apparently, she bought it through a corporate account, which, red flag number one, why are you standing in the store? You should be dealing with the corporate account, not with me.
Absolutely.
She had some random dude's name who apparently I'm supposed to know. No idea who this guy is, never heard of him before. She's name dropping her IT guy like that means something.
Yeah, because we know all the IT guys.
Oh yeah, she's name dropping this guy like he's like LeBron James or something. Like, oh, you should know it. No, I don't know your IT guy, woman. And then the whole thing was she broke the screen. Like it was where that had like the lines through it.
Oof.
Yeah. So she broke the screen, denied that the screen was broken. When I was like, yeah, no, that's definitely a broken screen. She goes, well, I want it fixed. I was like, well, ma'am, we don't do that here. She goes, well, so-and-so said you did. Okay, cool. That name means absolutely nothing to me. So I don't fix screens. And she also had a coupon, which is red flag number 2. She had a coupon for $100, which is red flag number 3 because there's not many Chromebooks that are $100. So there's a lot of red flags to this. So I tell her as politely as I can, unfortunately, we don't fix screens. It's just not something that we do. But I would be more than happy to set her up with a new Chromebook, and we will try to use the coupon that she has towards it. With what I'm capable of doing, that's the best that I could set up for her. She gets pissed off. By the way, she's on the phone the entire time with somebody else.
Okay.
So she gets pissed off. The person on the phone apparently gets pissed off. And they go, well, we want your employee number or whatever. So I gave them my name, wrote it down for them. And they said they were going to file a complaint with corporate. So, I had to take the joy of sending Super Manager an email, which you graciously helped me with because you're much better at writing than I am. Thank you.
Yeah, you got the media student to do your writing. Good for you.
Smart man. I delegated a task.
Like the supervisor you are.
But no, so we sent that to her, and that's honestly the last I heard about it. So, just piece of advice for you young, aspiring, poor, unfortunate souls out there. Always follow up with your management.
Oh, yeah.
As much as we love to dog on our managers, they really do watch out for us at the end of the day. So, sometimes it's better just to give them a heads up.
Oh yeah, it helps everyone out.
It really does.
Well,
that was definitely a story of things going better than they should have, but not as good as they could have.
It's still annoying and everything. Speaking of annoying, can I get help with the siding? It's kind of stuck, and I gotta close these windows before we actually get out of here.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Come on, you can do it.
Thanks for the help.
Come on, I believe in you.
Okay, but I don't.
You should have more faith in yourself. You got this. See? You didn't need my help. You just needed encouragement.
Sure. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, thanks for listening to this episode of Retail Hell. If you like, we have more videos in a few link boxes around. And you can also subscribe if you like. We'd always appreciate it. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.
There's your background music right there. Please don't use that.